Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
After Wednesday, welcome back to Vlogmas.
I was like, and what do we say?
What do we normally say?
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
And Happy New Year!
Speaking of, today we're going to go over our highlights / best moments of 2021.
Yeah, we've done this last year and it's just super cute to like look back on the year and just...
It is, and a key thing today for me was to not look as bad as I did in last year's
Oh my
video.
god, you
No,
look so pretty in the last one.
I didn't want to hear it. Guys, we had to leave it up because of the nature of the video, but it was literally, I look the worst in that video, so...
Look how pretty you look there. I can't believe my hair's been full on one curled and Beth's hasn't been touched. And hers still looks curly than mine.
Also, that's kind of, I guess, a highlight of this year, actually, going on to it. I developed, I'm not going to say curly hair because obviously there's a lot of people who have curly hair.
But that's so natural.
But I feel like it's a bit more than waved.
I full on took like an hour to like one curless and Beth just gets to wake up like that. Tell me how that's fair.
So we're not going to lie, the first half of the year was rough, okay?
Yeah,
so not many highlights there.
Yeah, but you know what? We finish it off somewhat strong, so...
Somewhat, we finished it off really strong. But the first highlight, I guess, I have, that obviously I know it will be a highlight for you too, is, I mean, this kind of spans all over the year. We're going to do this chronologically, if you kind of can't tell by the way we're talking. But the first point I wanted to bring up was I started this year at a very low weight and I was super unhealthy.
Yes. Oh
super
my
unhealthy.
god.
Not good. But we actually found out why. We found out what I was intolerant to, where that was all coming from. And this kind of took place more towards the start of the year, going through that process, finding it out, getting on top of it.
It was still like summer, but when it came to like the early half of summer, I think it was like the start of June, we both like sent off like our hair and like our DNA, really scary, really stressful, to like this place. And they basically gave us a list of all things to intolerant to, from like extreme intolerances to just like...
Yeah, they have like a sensitive reaction, a mild reaction. I've been going to the doctors an awful lot over me losing weight, me just like being in really bad health, and they said that the waiting list for a kind of like a not like a dietitian, but that kind of GI stuff, they said it was going to be super long, but they said there's this trusty website that we can go to if we want to pay. So my mum paid for us all to get these tests.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I don't know if you can tell, I just look so much healthier. The weights came back on me. Like,
don't get me wrong, Beth is still a naturally very small person, but it was just a lot more than being like a fast metabolism. Like, you were really skinny even for you. Like, you didn't look healthy, you didn't feel healthy. Yeah. And then it
started coming together a lot more. And I'm so happy. I know at certain videos I'll think, oh, I look like I've gained weight there. But a lot of it would be like bloat. Or say if I woke up kind of early and I was just swollen. But now I'm getting to a lot more of a healthy, happy and energised.
Yeah, so much better. Well, honestly, while I was speaking that, I know we said we're going to go in chronological order, but this year, a little bit later on, in September, start of October, we went vegan. If you don't know, I've been vegetarian since start of 2016, you have since start of 2019, so we've been vegetarian for a long time. Yeah. And so
we've always wanted to do it. But yeah, that honestly ties into the weight thing, because I'd always heard that you lose so much weight when you go vegan, and without the cheese and stuff, like I was like, okay, I was scared to go vegan, and I remember saying it a couple of times. I was like, oh, I couldn't do it even though we want to.
Because of how much weight you'd lose.
Yeah.
And also for me, if you guys don't know, I am like the pickiest eater alive. For like the majority of my life, I only ate meat and mash. I couldn't even do like potatoes. I didn't even like chips. Okay, I was like the stereotypical, like, it's so much worse than being just like an autistic eater. Oh my god, like, so we never really thought I would be able to do it either.
She hates fruit and veg.
Oh yeah, I'm a vegan who doesn't like fruit and veg, and I'm intolerant to gluten, so
I was kind of worried about, I wanted to get some sort of something other than like straight up carbs out of food, but honestly I feel like it's been better. And for me personally, I know I'm still a little bit on the junk food side, and I say a little bit, but I'm on the junk food side compared to the average though.
But like, we're not compared to the average vegan, like, we're not healthy vegans.
Honestly, I think I'm kind of just like an average.
Okay, yeah, but I'm a full-on junk food vegan. I literally demolished like a whole pack of vegan biscuits for Anyway, this is honestly something, like, I can't even explain how happy this makes me. This has been, like, one of my lifetime goals since I was probably, like, 15.
This was the first thing I wrote on my list.
Yeah, it's literally something I've been so passionate about since, like, my early teenage years, and I'm so happy that I've finally been able to do it, because, honestly, I would eat, like, the same one food, and I'd literally eat, like, chicken and, like,
it's
steak.
a nightmare.
The fact that I can eat and be vegan and, like, not hair animals makes me so happy. You don't even understand. Okay, so another really huge thing that happened this year, which you guys will probably know about, like, half of this, is I got diagnosed with autism finally, after being on the waiting list for so many years. And then Beth also, we haven't really spoke about this much, but she got diagnosed with autism and ADHD.
I got told I had, like, probable ASD when I was like 14 was one or two. And they also debated ADHD for ages. And then I kind of was talking to a psychiatrist who was about to diagnose me, and they were like, you do know this will stop you from getting jobs if you want to go to university, or it will hold you back. And, like, basically it's just going to ruin your life.
I was like, do you want it?
And I was like,
it's like a 13-year-old's going to say no. But anyway, if you know, the first half year, as we said, it was really not fun, not fresh. I was struggling. Anyway, if you're following us earlier on in the year, you'll know, especially me, was really struggling a lot. And I got the opportunity to private, which was
amazing.
Literally life-saving. So we were on our way to our little weekend away to a caravan, which we do every single year. We vlogged it. If you want to see it, we'll put it.
Yeah, this year is just iconic though, so it needed to be mentioned.
It needs a little mention, because honestly we were just so happy. I think so we were having such a hard time with just,
like, a really bad
everything.
Year. A really bad,
yeah, and there's no Wi-Fi, no anything. We couldn't get in touch with anyone. We vlogged it, but it was so good. Watch our vlog, honestly, because we were so happy.
And it was the first time in so long we've been happy, because there were so many mental factors. We're not going to get into it all, because we want this to be a positive video. But I know, especially when mental side ties into physical, so Holly gets very drained when her mental health is just all over the place, as well as mental health. I think, obviously, it comes down to being autistic and stuff, but obviously that can lead into, like, anxiety, depression.
Yeah, we both have multiple diagnosed mental health issues as well.
So if you're wondering why I'm saying mental health so much, but we've just mentioned autism, that's why. But also the physical side of me, my stomach was giving me a lot of problems, and I couldn't move out the house. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't eat anything. I felt disgusting all the time. It was horrible. And this breakaway was just like a breath of fresh air.
It was
finally
such a turning point. I feel like after this, when we came back, we had a little bit of a reality shock and a little bit of a struggle for a minute, but then we got, like, straight back on. Like, the week we got home was kind of rough, but then after that it was like,
we were a lot better within us as well, because obviously you guys know, when you'll start struggling within yourself, it's very hard to maintain a healthy relationship. So you know what, we've always been a strong unit, but we were just a lot stronger and happier after this, which is more than I could ask for.
This holiday was such a turning point, honestly. But where that came into play is my assessment was meant to be the day after my birthday, which my birthday is 14th of September, if you don't know. It was meant to be on the 15th of September, and this was mid-July?
Yeah.
It's July, yeah. And we were on our way to this holiday, and I was so stressed, because obviously we're both not in a great place. I was like, how is this going to go?
Also, I'm typically terrified of staying out of the house.
Yeah, and, like, we hadn't left the house in ages. I literally don't leave the house. So the fact we were going out, and we were on the way, and I get a phone call. I don't answer the phone as it is, and I was like, oh my god, Beth, someone's ringing me. So I was like, Beth, answer this. She's driving, I'm, like, holding the phone up to her, and it's a assessment place, like the clinic.
Oh
my god, they were like, do you want to come in like next Friday? And I was like,
yeah, do it. Didn't think about it, just do it.
So I ended up getting diagnosed on the last day of July, and it was honestly, we've got a whole video on it. Again, we'll leave this here. We'll keep pinning a load of videos, because the experience, Beth, it was so good. Beth ended up going to the same place literally a couple of weeks later, and it was just...
They actually asked me when we went to your assessment, like, are you autistic? I was like, probably.
Most likely. See you in a couple of weeks. But yeah, it was such a good experience. So if you want to hear more about that, we'll We never made a full video on Bess because it was literally a couple weeks after and we had just dropped the video.
Oh yeah, by the way, I was kind of getting questions, what do you want for your birthday? It was both our 21st birthday this year, and I was like, honestly, just an assessment after
I didn't want a diagnosis queen.
Yeah, I was like, I just want to know what's wrong with me. After seeing kind of the process from Holly, and I know I was just infuriated, and I was thinking back to a lot when I was younger, and the fact that diagnosis was right in front of me, which so frustrating. The fact I was thinking I had to wait like 7 years again, which is what the waiting list was by us.
Oh yeah.
I was like, if anyone's gonna give me any money, just put it towards this. And Mum was like, you know what?
I'll just pay for it.
I thought it was gonna be so long for my assessment because the waiting list had gone up since Holly had. I think it was 10 to 12 weeks when we booked Holly's, but it was saying something about 5 months when I was looking into it for myself. And I was like, no. And then anyway, I just thought, okay, do it. That's so much quicker than it was going to be anyway. That's amazing stuff.
And you sent your application off and you were literally like, okay, see, and like, I think it was like 3 days or something. And we were like,
it was like a week or something, but you have to get these like huge forms filled out and you have to go through it with like a parent, a partner, multiple people. And I was thinking, I haven't even not got enough time to get this form ready. And then, you know what, I was stressing about it and I went there, and before the guy even picked up the forms, he told me at the end of the assessment, he was like, I already know.
Yeah.
Like, great.
Thanks.
But yeah, that was amazing. And then that brings us on to roughly September time.
Okay, so here brings us to like end August, start of September, which, as I mentioned earlier, my birthday is the 14th of September, so it's like bang in the middle. And for my 21st, we plan to go to London because earlier on in the year, not even early on in the year, for Christmas previously, yeah. But obviously COVID happened, but my mum got us tickets to go to the Warner Brothers Studios, which I didn't know my special interest Harry Potter. It's literally my favourite thing in the world. I can't even like get into that right now. But we decided, okay, we're going to book this for my 21st birthday. We, again, booked the whole thing.
Yeah. We did.
Honestly, I thought we barely uploaded this year, but everything we have to say, we're like, here's a video for it. But, we started struggling a tiny bit mental health wise again, so we end up having to cancel it for my birthday, and then we rescheduled it, and then we end up having to cancel it again. But then
we finally
went. October, we finally went, which was such an achievement for us. I can't tell you guys how much.
It was huge. How
hard mentally that trip was, because it was so far away, and to like drive there, and so many plans. And the fact we're gonna go like 3 days in a row. I left the house like 3 days the whole year, and it was like October. Like for that, I had to get ready that many times, days. It might not seem like a huge deal for people watching, but even now, I'd still go to it multiple days in a row. So the fact that we done that, we got there, we were both okay. We had such a good time.
It was just
Don't get me wrong, we were bent out as hell afterwards, but we had such a good time.
That was, I can't even explain. It was just amazing. We had jam-packed things every day, back to back. And it was amazing. We enjoyed it all. I know a huge problem for me, personally, is not being in the moment at all. Just being so vacant at the time. I look back on pictures and be like, oh yeah, that was cool. But I was in the moment. We were both in the moment. We enjoyed it. We took it in. Didn't use our phones the whole time. Even though we did get a lot of recording, there was a lot of times without our phones. We were just in our bags and stuff. And it was just fun.
It was a little bit stressful. It was so worth it. It was so good. It was a true one.
I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, we both can't wait to get back, which I never thought we'd say we're excited to go to London, because we hate busy places. It's London, like.
Yeah. But just before we went to London, we got our little kitten.
Oh my god! Mabel is like the literal love of our life. If you just watch Vlogmas, you'll realise how obsessed we are with this cat, but
she's just amazing. So it's like, I think she just like completes. It's like a little family.
Yeah, it's even the fact her hair is like brown and ginger, which is us, and also her eyes have 2 colours in, which are literally both our eye colours. Yeah, but like this is literally like we are better for this cat.
Yeah, it was. It was just great. It's the fact we got her on a whim. I mean, I know for a lot of people buying animals impulsively, they'll see it as something different to us, but because we're so educated, because animals have been a special interest for both of us.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of animals, so it's not
on it
that big of a deal getting.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, and we know everything we need to know, everything we need to do, that kind of thing. So I say getting her on a whim, but we knew everything. So anyway, we could.
Yeah.
And we got her, and it was just out of the blue, and it was just amazing. She settled in so well, and she's so cute.
And also, it was such a huge thing as well, because cats, I can't even explain. They're literally, like, we both are so upset. They both bring us so much joy and happiness, and, like, I can't put into words.
Like, we actually just want to be crazy cat people. Love them.
Cats literally just bring us so much happiness. But we never thought we were going to be able to get them, because we actually thought Beth was allergic to them. But when we got the intolerance test back, we found out it was just like outdoor.
Yeah,
because of the trees.
Because a lot of cats are outdoor cats too. They mix with certain trees. I'm allergic to half of the wildlife outside when it comes to plants. So we turned out it wasn't the cats, it's actually just the outside world. And I was like, yes!
Outside world!
I was like, I will take that with a pinch of salt, because that means you can get like 5 cats and I don't have to leave the house as much.
Don't. But I was so heartbroken when we got together. I was like, great, of course. I find like my first love, like the love of my life, and allergic to cats. That was like, I was like, you know what, that's just typical, like, of course.
Cuddles us and she pairs all of the time. Like, she's actually loves us.
Don't.
She'll literally look at us and we'll be like, Mabel, and she'll be like,
but like, she has such like a little quirky personality. Like, she's literally like, she couldn't fit in better to like us if we tried. Like, she just fits in perfectly. She's amazing. I'll never stop like hyping Mabel up. She's just
so
the
cute.
best.
She's so cute. We're obsessed with that. The next thing I wanted to mention was my birthday. We didn't record too much, and honestly, there's not entirely too much to say about it, but the things I want to say about it are so important. I think the main thing for me was, since COVID, this was the first time all of my family had met up, and I became a lot more comfortable within myself since I'd seen them, and even getting diagnosed, being able to trust my own feelings a lot more, being a lot more open about it, and it was just amazing to feel comfortable. And if someone talked to me,
it was so good, honestly, guys. She done so well. We were doing Vlogmas, if you don't know, but Beth, we vlogged today, but we didn't vlog much this day, because honestly, Beth done amazing. Like, she was just so confident within herself and talking to people and everything. I went to absolute shit. But Beth
fake.
done amazing this day. Like, it was so cute to see you in Element. You seemed so happy. I thought it was so cute.
But yeah, I know I don't know what shows up on camera, what you guys take or whatever, but a lot of people see me as a very confident person, and overall I am. But sometimes it's fake. Not within myself, but within like a social situation. It's probably just the autism. But in this situation, when people ask me like, how are you feeling or whatever, I'll be able to say, you know what, at the start of the night, I'd be like a little overwhelmed, but I'm having fun. And they just talk to me, and it's even little things like that, just being able to mention it, and it was just great. And Holly meeting my family, even though she was quite quiet, she's done really well, but just meeting them, it was just such a highlight, so it was worth a mention.
Yes, also I actually want to mention Beth. Put that down, you to do that again. But I also want to mention as well Beth's actual birthday. If you watched the vlog, you'll know Beth does not do surprises really and being out of control. But I completely surprised this day. I was like, to be free for the whole day and planning this, you're not knowing anything. And we done it, and you done really well.
Do you know what? It was a really fun day. There was a moment where I wasn't happy, and I know I seem angry when I'm stressed, and this is just something, I think it's, do you know what, I think it's a coping mechanism to make people stay away. Don't know. But anyway, I seem very angry, so I go like this, and I'm kind of like, what's happening? Because I thought I was getting it put in like a tight space, because it was an I'm a Celebrity challenge. I wasn't put in a tight space. It was like an agility course. That is right up my alley.
Oh yeah, which she again done. She literally won like triple what everyone else's points were. But honestly, this was like one of my favourite days we've had ever. Like,
amazing.
I loved that day of your actual birthday. It was so good.
It was well planned.
Thanks.
If I do say myself.
Speaking about the start of December and Beth's birthday, I also want to touch on Vlogmas. Also, I'm aware we just kind of stopped it abruptly. As you know, the last video or vlog was us getting a vaccine. It hit us hard, to say the least.
Oh my god. Especially me. I don't know it was okay, do you know what? Get vaccinated before I get into this. This does not mean we are against it. We will get however many more boosters we need to get to live in the outside world, I guess. But I had every single symptom. It hit me hard. It hit us both hard.
Yeah.
I think because I had to go into work every day, and I was in so much pain.
And it was also like a couple of days up to Christmas. But we did vlog like the first day afterwards, and we were like, we can't put this up, this is bad.
No.
So we just ended up
It's
kind of giving
terrible.
up and focusing on Christmas. But the fact we done Vlogmas, yes, we only done like 14 out of 24, but oh my god,
So proud.
that
It
was
took a lot.
for us, as I was saying earlier, getting up multiple days, like
Back
this
to back.
doesn't happen. 14 days, the fact in 1 month, for half of the month,
We got
well, it's been
ready.
more than half the month
We
now.
filmed.
I like it's just, I can't believe I actually done that. I'm like still in absolute shock, and the fact that like we done that.
We've done it, and also, I
And
mean,
didn't kill each other.
yeah, exactly. We've always been very genuine, but obviously there's a side of YouTube where you do like put somewhat of a face on.
Yeah.
But I feel like at this point,
We became a lot
don't-
more comfortable doing Vlogmas, because
Yeah.
it was every day back to back. Like we couldn't exactly hide it. We were vlogging
Yeah,
all day
yeah.
every day.
it was.
So
Like we don't. I feel like. I mean, I feel like we just don't really like put that face on much anymore.
yeah.
We just talk. But it was even the fact of that's how we were. Like we couldn't just fake it. Everything was just genuine. How we felt was genuine. We recorded our days genuinely, and it was just great. Good memories to look back on.
Yeah, and it also made us a lot more comfortable with filming, even though we were comfortable, but like it just took that extra step
Yeah.
further, because as I said, we were vlogging every single day. We couldn't exactly hide it.
So that takes us on to our next point, and I'm gonna say Christmas, and you may think it's the last point. It's not. It's one of them.
Yeah, we
But
have a
it's
couple
not,
of like
so just
overall year
Wait,
ones.
okay, just wait.
Don't
but-
kill you.
It takes us on to Christmas. This was our first year hosting Christmas for our families, and it was also vegan.
Yeah, it was literally the best Christmas. It was
Amazing.
our third Christmas together, and it was just so good, because normally we have to go to like
Literally 20 different
so
places.
many different families.
3 Christmas dinners.
Yeah, 'cause both of us come from like separated families, so it's just a mess how many people. We literally used to have to eat 3 Christmas dinners in like 24 hours. It was horrendous. But like our closest family all came here, and it was so nice, and we made everyone a vegan Christmas dinner, and
It was amazing.
it was just good vibes.
I did the cooking, so I knew it was going to be good. But you know what? I succeeded. Everyone loved it.
Oh my god, yeah, I came out to her when we were like getting our makeup, getting ready, and I was like, are you like nervous? You're scared? Because like this is like cooking, like if people are gonna eat your food, like what if it's. And she's like, well, I'm not really that bothered, to be honest, because I've never cooked anything bad. And I was like,
I said, anyway, I didn't word it like that.
you did, you were like, I've never cooked
No.
a bad meal.
What I said was...
I've never cooked a bad meal.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, no, I'm not scared, because when have I ever cooked a bad meal? Can you answer the question?
No, honestly.
But yeah, just having all our family there, it was amazing. We were both really comfortable, and it was the first time some of our family had mixed, and we were scared about it.
Oh my god,
was
yeah.
amazing.
And since we moved out, obviously COVID's still been a huge thing this year. So all of our family haven't really came round to our house since
Yeah.
we've
Not
never
much, at
had,
least.
other than like 1 or maybe 2 people come at the same time. So to have both of our families here together was really
It was crazy, but everyone got on, and it was just so nice, especially in the comfort of our own home, because we get really uncomfortable in other people's houses. Obviously, we're a lot more comfortable in our mum's houses, but when we have to go to like other people's or whatever,
yeah, and the stress
It's
of like
just
getting to
stressful.
everyone in time on Christmas Day as well, and if we're not there on time, we've ruined everyone else's Christmas. But everyone was just here, and it was like,
it was a vibe.
we're just gonna
Everyone
chill in our
loved the
pajamas.
food. The fact that everyone realised that, you know what, you can have a really nice vegan Christmas dinner too.
Yeah.
I think it might have struck something.
Okay, so as you said before, we had a couple of like overview year ones, the things that took place throughout like kind of the entire, so throughout the year of 2021, we've been cutting them bitches out.
Left, right, and centre, and you know what? Some hurt more than others. But sitting here now,
Yeah.
every choice was a good one.
Some hit like a bitch, and then others were like such a relief that it needed to be done for
Yeah.
years. And honestly, there was multiple people in our lives who were just like
Just
heavy-
dragging us down.
the people who just like drag you down.
And more than you realise,
constantly.
like sometimes you realise, like we would talk about it or whatever, but when people are out of the situation, you just truly realise, like, oh, that was really
Yeah.
making me feel
And
bad.
honestly, especially me, because I am really affected by people and what people think of me, especially when they're, I say close, but like, you're not close, you're just forcing yourself in.
That was savage, right?
That was. But yeah, just not having to worry. Okay, I still do, but they're not there anymore. That's the thing. Okay, they're not
Yeah.
actually there, and it's honestly so nice, and I literally cannot wait to start off a new year
I feel like
completely
we're
fresh.
going into it with all the right people.
Yeah.
Which is just amazing. The right family, the right friends. I feel like it's
And I
just
also
good.
feel like we finally got to a place, even though certain people cutting them out at first and it hurt and it's like you miss them. I think it's important to realise you can miss people and not want them back in your life.
Yeah.
Like, you can miss them, but then also realise, you know what, they weren't good for me, they were having a real negative effect on me, and as much as I do miss them, don't want you back. Bitch, bye!
You know what, this is going to sound brutal, but everyone has their own pros and cons. And as much as everyone has both, sometimes the cons outweigh the pros. And especially when you're out of a situation, you can really see it. And even like certain things just like get in between us, and like that's just not a vibe.
That's just not it.
That's not what's going to happen, ever.
You did not come between us. That doesn't happen, okay?
So be gone. Long story short, entered the year with different people, left it with different people, and different people have been here throughout. But you know what? I think 2022 is going to start on a good one.
Yeah, I'm so excited for 2020. Like, even within ourselves, like, we've just...
Within ourselves, within us,
around
family.
us.
I feel like this is the best way to describe it. The past couple of weeks, specifically the past like 3 weeks, I feel like people have just made my heart a lot more full.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a bit pulled all over the place. I feel like everyone's just being nice, being treating it well, you know.
And the negative people are no longer here, so...
That's the best way to start the new year.
Yeah. Okay, so we forgot to mention this, but at the start of December...
launched a bakery and it's
Vegan bakery. But yeah, we launched it with a couple of Christmas products trying to test the waters. But in a couple of weeks, well, not a couple of weeks, maybe like 2 weeks, we haven't got an exact date yet. We're bringing it back for the start of 2022, but with our like solid launch, like
classic flavours,
which we are so excited for. They're all properly within the making right now. So if you don't already, follow our Instagram for that. Our website's down below, but like you can't
go
order
try
it
them
right now.
even if you're not vegan. I promise they're good. They don't even taste vegan.
They're so good. So. We made them because, sorry, but a lot of the vegan snacks are trash. So
even if you're not vegan and you're just gonna try that veganuary, which yeah, it doesn't mean you're vegan, but it means you're plant-based for a month.
Plant-based January.
Maybe that could lead on to you being vegan. Thought about that? So give our cookies a try to see that it can still taste good. So go check it out.
Yeah, but if you do want to find us anywhere else, not our cookies, our Instagram and TikTok, about to Beth and Holly.
With an extra Y at the end of Holly. If you do want to be notified for next time we post, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button below.
So thanks for watching.
And I'll hopefully see you next time.
Bye!
Call it spring, like everything is new. The sunburst flowers